Hey, welcome to Divine Talk. I am your girl, Robin Divine, and your co-host, Anthony Wallace Jr.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Hey, once again, like I said, I am Robin Divine, and today we're going to be talking about it's a fixed fight. Anthony, when you hear something like that, tell me what just came to your mind. I saw you smiling. What came to your mind when I said that?
I literally just got back from Kansas about a week ago. I went on my first road trip with the nonprofit that I'm working with, and one of the days, God literally told me while I was outside of Lowe's, He said, "Anthony, it's all fixed. Just have fun." And like something just clicked, and it was just like, no matter what happens today, just have fun. So it's all have already been planned out. I've already seen it all. I know who's coming, who's not going to say yes, who's going to say no. Just have fun. And that day, something just opened up, and I like literally got $1,000 donated to me that day. I think it was like $1,004 to be exact. And I literally just did that, just had fun, and I literally talked to every person I was able to talk to because it was just like, no matter what, I'm finna have fun. I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm finna do what I do. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, the how I got that subject is I was laying, in the bed and I was trying to get some rest because I was real tired earlier. And I was just thinking about all the things that got to be done, financially and just all the different things that's got to be done. And all of a sudden, I just heard that. It was like, okay, forget this. I'm fixing to rest. And then I was thinking about what my husband asked me today. He was saying, "You got your subject?" And I was like, "No, I wasn't even thinking about it." But it came to me when I was laying there. It's a fixed fight. And so I thought about, when they often say the battle is not ours, it belongs to the Lord. And when I heard that word is a fixed fight, it gave me assurance that everything has already been fixed. Before we was even born, when God was even thinking about bringing us here, and creating us, He already had a purpose for us. And so that means everything that we're gonna go through, He already know it. He's already fixed it. He's already lined it all out. All we got to do is play it out. It's just like, doing a movie or a play. We just got to play it out. We got to play the roles, until He come back and get us. Do you have anything to say?
As you said, we got to play it out like we're His children. He wants us to have fun. We like this life is supposed to be about a life of like He said He came to give us life and life more abundantly. And then also He says like no one will be able to enter into the kingdom unless they come as a child. And it's like He wants us to be able to enjoy like children. There's so many things that they could teach us. So it's like just having fun, being able to play. Like if it's a fixed fight, all right, how do I embody this fixed fight? How do I know that I've won? I basically have already been victorious through every battle, through who it is that I walk with and stand with and who stands by me. So, like, with that being said, how do I face every day knowing that the battle's already won? It's a fixed fight. So it's just like, how do I step into that, you know?
And as I was laying there, all I thought about was I just need to rest in Him. It's a fixed fight. To where I don't have to worry about tomorrow. I don't have to worry about next week. This stuff has already been planned out. And if we think about it, which you don't have any children right now, but With me having kids, I love my kids, and I wish I can keep them from all the trouble, that goes on in this world, but I can't. But I do my best to try to cover them, and keep them from going through trouble. So the same way we love our children, our Father loves us, and He knows what we have need of before we even ask, and so I mean, just to hear that it's a fixed fight, it's like, okay, let me leave all of this extra stuff alone that's going on in my mind. Let me stop stressing and just relax in God and know that He promises to take care of us. And He said He will supply our needs according to His riches and glory, which is by Christ Jesus. And so, I mean, I'm just so grateful that um I have developed a relationship with God, that I'm able to talk to Him when I'm going through these things, and He's able to talk to me back, and just let me know it's a fixed fight, So I just that's what came to me, if you going through anything, and we keep talking about this is kind of the same, almost the same subject, like if you're going through anything, you have to lean and depend on God. You have to trust Him totally. You have to just rest in Him. You have to not stay up all night tossing and turning, and kids not tossing and turning unless it's something is really bothering them. When I look at the my grandchildren, when they get tired, they be knocked out. And some days I be saying, Lord, ooh, I wish I could do like the kids. They just go to sleep, don't think about nothing, don't think it's occurring in this world, and they wake up the next day depending on us to, well, they don't even think about food, the next day. They don't even think about it until they start getting hungry, and then they say, I'm hungry, or I want some food, I want this, or I want that. And they don't know, like I said, I think last week I was saying, they don't know what we're going through. They don't know that we may not have the money to even buy the next meal, or they don't even know if it's food even in the refrigerator unless then they look, and so it's a fixed fight. I just want to encourage you all that the battle has already been won. When Jesus, excuse me, y'all, when Jesus died on the cross, He nailed everything on the cross. He nailed all our hangups. He nailed all our sorrows, all of our pain, and all the sufferings that we're going to go through. He nailed it on the cross, and the only last thing to conquer was death, and He conquered that. And so we don't have to worry. We don't have to fret. We don't have to, be so stressed that we causing our blood pressure to go up. If we can just rest in Him and know that He's going to take care of us regardless of what go on, regardless of what happened in this world, He's going to take care of us just like He do the birds. And they don't toil, they don't, they don't sow, they don't, the birds out there, they not asking us to feed them or nothing. They just doing their thing. And we throw food out there. People have bird houses, and bird feeders and bird baths. I even bought a bird bath because it's so pretty, to put in my yard. And so the birds don't ask us to do these things, but God takes care of them. And so He surely promised to take care of us. Anthony, say something to us.
I'm listening to what you're saying. I was about to say that's just the reality of the matter. Like, it's easier said than done, especially once you have these revelations, especially for people who might be going through something. But it can be easy if you can real deal embody that the fight is fixed. It's like Jesus has already won the battle. Like, He tells us who He is, how He moves, what we're like, things we will encounter. But as you just said, even with the birds, like, I was driving to Walmart. Probably shouldn't have been driving to Walmart, but I still got to see something, a field full of birds. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, fam, they just out there about to get fed and haven't done anything but just been birds. And they like, and I'm looking, I'm like, why is the ground black? They all filling up this nice a patch of grass because there's food there. There's something there for them, and they didn't have to ask for it. They didn't have to fret for it. They didn't even have to think about when they went to sleep the day before, where's my next meal going to come from? No, they just do what they do. They do what birds do, and guess what? The rest of it happens. And it happens on a day to day basis. And a lot of people right now are just caught up in human life that they forget that there's a father that provides for them. No matter if it's a little, no matter if it's a lot, like we are provided for. I've sat with the homeless before and like they're just like, hey, when it comes, it comes. And I'm just like, y'all okay with that? Hey, when it comes, it comes. Maybe $1 here, maybe $2 there, but we look up, there's a pizza. I'm just like,
Mm.
that is wild. But yet they live that way. Um, I'm not telling anybody to live that way, but like if they can be content, we can be content. All of our needs are taken care of. It's just in their own time. And we have to be okay with the time because God's timing is not our timing, but He's always on time. So yeah.
Yes, and I'm just thinking about, when you said the homeless, we've ministered to so many homeless people, brought them into our homes, to minister to them, and most of all of them that I met are carefree, and they're not worrying about, things that we worry about. I mean, I'm telling you, well, I don't even hear many of them complain. I've heard a few of them that did complaining when they didn't understand the system at first. But once they started understanding where to get things and they started connecting with other homeless people and finding out all the resources and where all these things was at, I didn't hear them do any complaining. They didn't complain about the food is too this or the food is too that. They just ate it. And I was like, man, we often complain about so many things, but there's a world out there that not complaining and they don't have the things that we have. They don't have, so some of them are sleeping, under bridges. Some of them are sleeping, in ditches. If there are some that we actually saw, going in the graveyard, and some of them say, one homeless person told us they feel more peaceful in the graveyard. And I thought about that, when he said that, I thought about people used to say, I'm not afraid of the dead. I'm afraid of the living. The living can harm me, but the dead can't harm me. But I still thought that was strange, that he said he get more peace in the graveyard. I'm thinking, who wants to sleep in the graveyard? And so I mean, when I say they to be out there, some of everything is out there. Bugs and squirrels and rabbits is out in the yards, and but they sleep in this stuff. They, if we I even encountered a man while we was having a tent revival. Well, I attended a tent revival. It wasn't, my tent revival, but I attended one, and there was a homeless man laying out on the ground, and he was just content. He was knocked out sleep, and they went and woke him up, and he was just content. He said he just wanted to come. I guess he just wanted to embrace the spirit of God. And you thinking he's laying on the grass and he's content. But I'm just saying, God really takes care of his people, and so we don't have to worry. We don't, it said if you're gonna worry, don't pray. If you're gonna pray, don't worry, and so we just have to pray, lift up things before God, and just watch him work.
Yeah. That's what prayer's for. And it's like send up prayers. If you don't got a prayer language, talk in English. If you don't talk in English, pray in Spanish. Like God is a God who He understands all languages. He speaks to all things. All things understand His language. Like just prayer. Prayer is something that's powerful. And as you said, if you're gonna worry, don't pray. If you're gonna pray, don't worry. Like once it's out there, he heard you. And some stuff, just keep coming back, but other stuff it's just like once it's done, it's done. Just pray it, let it go, and move on about your day. and watch what happens, and you will actually start moving in the a type of life that's worry free. And most people are fretting, running around like with chickens with their heads cut off, and they trying to figure out, why are you so content? Why are you so happy? Why are you so joyful? Because I haven't allowed myself to be chained by the things that y'all have been chained by. You're bound to worldly things, and the goal is to be free from this world. It says we are in this world, not of it. So why be chained to it? Why be tethered to it? Yes, we got to take care of the stuff that we have to take care of, but then when you've done all you can do, okay, Lord, my hands are in the air. I need your help. I need your help every day. But this, I'm tackling some stuff that is just like, I'm not finna cry about it. I'm not finna get frustrated about it. And I'm darn sure not finna worry, because that's not my battle. So, Lord, here you go, and it is what it is, and he's going to take care of it, and you keep doing what it is that you have the power to do. So like today, my job was to show up to my event and fundraise. What happens after that, that's not in my hands, but like I can still show up. I could have left at any time, but I chose to stay until I reached my goal. So it was just like that was in my power to do. And also to maintain my emotions, to greet every person with love, and so forth and so forth. But the outcome was God's, and I had to be okay with the outcome. So
Yes, and he already knew when you woke up this morning. Well, he knew before you woke up. Like I said, before you was born, he already had everything lined out, everything you was gonna go through, and all he doing is saying, just play the role. Anthony, just get up in the morning and play the role. And part of the role was, let me call my mom. We supposed to be praying, calling each other and praying for each other. We'd have missed doing it. Let me call my mom. And what you do when you decide you're gonna pray about things, or you're gonna get a prayer partner, what you're doing is you're loosing things, on earth, so that he can loose them in heaven. Whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. And so what you did this morning, you played the role. The role was, let me call somebody, so that we can get a prayer through. I don't understand right now what to do, how to do, but if I can call somebody, and so what God be doing, he be ordering our steps. And as you was talking, I was thinking about when you said people probably wonder, when a person is just free and they don't, you can tell they're not worried about anything. What they have did is they have found peace in God. They found their joy in God. And I was even thinking about, different women that's in relationships and they're going through breakups. And my prayer for them have been, God, fill that void with you. That's the only person can fulfill a void. A lot of times we can get in relationships after relationships. When we get out of one, we go to another one and find out that nobody can fill that void but God. And so we just got to realize that God is our source, God is our strength, God is our peace, God is our joy, God is our hope. And if we can just rest in him and know that it's already been fixed, it's a fixed fight, everything will be okay. Do you have anything else to say, Anthony, before we close out?
um, it's a fixed fight. Everything's gonna be all right. Pray, praise, worship, love God, love others to the best of your ability, and just know, like, you're walking out something that's already been walked out. He's went ahead of you. He's went beside you, before you, behind you. Embody that. Mention it back to him and say, Lord, show me what you want me to do in today, because you've already went ahead of me. So thank you for that. So that's all I have to say.
Well, you all, we thank you for joining us. And if you have not liked, shared, or subscribed, please do so that we can minister to more people. And as we said on tonight, well, it is tonight, y'all. We've changed it, to doing these to at night. But until next time, we saying it's a fixed fight. The battle is not yours, it belongs to the Lord. give it to him, and watch him work. And so we thank you once again. This is Divine Talk. And until we meet next time, have a blessed rest of your night. Goodbye.